You're listening to Hotepish with your host, Dwan B. Intelligent ish talk, intelligent shit talk, where we balance the profound with the profane. Political satire, celebrity and expert guests, information and entertainment, conversation and solutions. Leave your feelings at the door.
What up, y'all? I am here. I should get one of them countdown things. Because I'll be setting the time like when I want to go live with y'all, because if I don't set a time, I'll be getting into all kind of other shit, change my interest up, not feel like doing it. You know what I mean? Get into some business work and then be like, shit, I told them niggas I was going to go live. So like when it comes time to prepare like some of the headlines, I'll be like, man, it'd be like 2 minutes before the show, I'll be putting some of these headlines up. Cause I'll be telling y'all, like, I'll be going off memory, man. I'll be going off memory. I don't really be, like, I read something, then I'll remember some shit from like 5 years ago. And I'll be forgetting. When you're doing the show, at least if you want to be responsible, you can't just be like, hey, trust my word. I got to at least show you niggas something. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to be like these motherfuckers. Trust and believe me, my brother. Hotep, nigga. I said you need to believe me because, my brother, we the same skin tone. You dig? I ain't trying to be that nigga. What's up? What's up, y'all? What's up, The Real James? What's up, 3J? What's up, Queen? Space Age for Life, Delano L. What up, y'all? Miranda Hardy, yeah, thank y'all for joining. What's up, King David? We here. He said he want to visit. This is a good time to visit LA. We ain't got no, like, This has been the first summer in a long time, man. We not out the woods. We still got 2 more months, but it ain't been no major fires down this way. LA's been getting these random like 20-minute raindrop storms that it rains just enough to fuck your car up and wet the ground, and I guess keep the up there where the trees are, keep that shit dry. So at least we ain't had the rain like that. Northern California, that's something different. Shit, me and the wife wanted to go up to Lake Tahoe next week, man. Nope, that shit getting burned up. That shit getting burned up. Yeah. What's up, Space Age for Life? What's up, Star? I think somebody came in the chat room mad already. Y'all voted for his ass. Like, goddamn, I ain't even get started. He's already y'all with. Who voted for him, Jaron? Who's y'all? I didn't vote for him. You did? Who in this chat room voted for Joe Biden? If you voted for Joe Biden, press the number 1. If you voted for Joe Biden, press the number 1. If you said fuck Joe Biden, press the number 0. If it's fuck Joe Biden on you, press the number 0. Yeah, I hate when people just come around just generalizing, y'all this and you this and y'all that. Like, goddamn, you don't even know me, nigga. Like, do you know anybody's last name in here? Like, jeez. What's up, Dr. Sinister? Yeah, thank y'all for joining my Mixcloud Live. It was 3 of y'all that won some shit. Email me. I haven't checked the emails yet, but you 3 know who you are that won some shit in my Mixcloud. I know who you are too. So don't nobody in here try to go send me some bullshit ass emails. I know exactly who the 3 people were who won on Incense and Ashtrays. See, look, the chat room is like, man, fuck Joe Biden. I got a whole bunch of 0s and no 1s. See? We ain't fucking with Joe Biden. But thank y'all for joining the Mixcloud. We did some good mix downs. And I got an idea today, too, what I'm going to start doing. I think what I'm going to do, I know now. Not I think, I know. I'm going to do a producer series where I highlight some of the dopest producers in music history, and we go through their music catalog, through the different bands and singers that they play with. I think my first show in my producer series is going to be on Norman Whitfield. I may do that tomorrow night. I'm going to see. But subscribe to the Mixcloud and turn your notifications on Mixcloud, because I'm going to do it a lot like how I do this show, where I'm going to go on there for the most part random, but I'll give you time to know when I'm going live. Dr. Sinister said that Mixcloud was fire. I appreciate that. We still getting 0s in here. In Mixcloud, we was talking to music, but on Mixcloud, I get to play the music. That's why I like Mixcloud. I hate having to have y'all download more apps. Well, remember before I was telling the people in the chat room that I may have to go to Patreon and you have to pay for that. See? I found a way for me to do my Mixcloud without having y'all pay for it. Now, I do have a subscription tier to where when I interview some of these artists and go through their music, that's going to be for subscribers only. At least first, for the live. Those shows are going to be for subscribers only in the live. But when I do my mix down, those are free for everybody. And the cool thing about Mixcloud is every time I play the music, the artist gets paid. So it's like radio. Every spin that I play, they get the digital ID of it, and the artist gets credit for a play, and the artist gets paid. And on my Mixcloud for the subscription tier, whatever dollar amount that you see up there, I get less than half of that. The majority of that goes to the artist and goes to the artist. That's how Mixcloud works. It's a 60-40 split to the artists. That way we can continue to play these artists' music without getting our streams taken down. So yeah, on those levels, it ain't me getting most of that money goes to the artists. But that's the deal that Mixcloud worked out to be able to stream music that the record labels and the artists gets paid. And they're the only platform doing that. Like I made a mistake. I originally had y'all going to Spotify, and I'm still going to do shit on Spotify too. I'm still going to upload Incense and Ashtrays interviews onto Spotify. But on Mixcloud, I can actually play the music. So when I tell y'all that reggae came from R&B, I can actually play you the music and show you. So yeah, I'd hate to have y'all downloading all these extra apps, but Mixcloud pays the artist. So that way I can play my music, and you can with the account, you can keep past episodes on the account, your Mixcloud account. You can archive episodes, so you don't have to listen to me live. You can go, for you truck drivers out there, y'all can listen to my mix downs, drive y'all truck, and listen to some good ass music. I'm doing it how they did radio back in the 80s and the 90s, when the DJ would come in and tell you a little bit about the song, play the song, and play the whole song. I don't cut songs off. I play the whole song. So when I play Zoom, that shit gonna ride for the whole 7.5 minutes. You dig? When I play Not Just Knee Deep by Parliament Funkadelic, that shit's gonna go the whole 15 minutes. So this is for music lovers. Hold on. I had to close my window so y'all hear my loud ass neighbor. I just heard her waking up. But yeah, the Incense and Ashtrays Mixcloud show, that's for real music lovers. You know what I mean? We get into it. Like I was telling everybody in the last show, we was talking about Johnny Guitar Watson and his influence on hip hop. You dig what I'm saying? We played some B.B. King, and we were talking about his lyrics. Never trust a woman till she dead. We played some Erykah Badu. We played some Corey Henry. We played some Parliament. It was dope. Yeah, that's right, BB Gang. You need a whole entire song. I appreciate that, Ski Ready, like Shock G on the air. I appreciate y'all for listening, man, because I love music. And it's funny, I found out yesterday, quick Incense and Ashtray. This is the kind of information you'll be getting on Incense and Ashtrays. Yesterday was the 38-year anniversary that Lionel Richie released All Night Long. Y'all know that? But when you listen to All Night Long, you hear music perfection. I was talking to the producer of that song recently about that track. And he was saying that he brought in over 100 musicians to pull that song off. Because, you have a full orchestra behind playing those licks underneath. You have all those horns. You got the different drums from around the world. He said it took him almost 2 months. It took him months to get that song and put it together. That song was so hard, they were sick after releasing it. But that's the kind of tender love and care that went into music at that time. If that song came out today, it would have been done with a computer program. Lionel would have been singing in auto-tune. The song would have been hot for 6 months, and you'd never hear from it again. But the song still sounds as good now, 38 years later after it came out, that it did when it came out, because that kind of effort was put into the music. That's the kind of talk we'll be doing on Incense and Ashtrays, along with being able to play the music. But let's get into it. Let's get into it. Joe Biden. Do y'all know this motherfucker called one of his advisors, Cedrick Richmond, a 47-year-old man? He called him boy, his boy, on TV. He called him his boy. On TV. And I'm going to start off by saying I don't feel too bad for Cedrick Richmond. He's been one of these Negro apologists. So, in context, he probably is Joe Biden's boy, based on how he be acting. But that's neither here nor there. The fact that this dude, Joe Biden, on national TV called him his boy, gives you further insight as to how this man thinks. I encourage y'all. I got first put up on game about Cedrick Richmond about a year ago now from Professor Black Truth. Professor Black Truth did a whole expose on Cedrick Richmond, and now he be soft shoeing. So that's why I like channels like Professor Black Truth, and giving you that game before it even happens. Shit, we ain't seen Professor Black Truth in like damn. He ain't did a video in like a month. Wherever you are, Professor Black Truth, man, shit. We love you out here, brother. But yeah, go back on Professor Black Truth's channel about a year ago. He talked about Cedrick Richmond. But before I get too deep into it, let's go ahead and play the video. I'm not going to play the video because I don't want one of them goddamn copyright strikes. I'm going to play the audio. And then we'll get back to it.
We're waiting for a few more people to get on, but we're going to get started, if that's okay with you all. And thanks for joining me. I'm here. The FEMA director is on. FEMA director Chris Wells, she's on. And I'm here with my senior advisor and boy who knows Louisiana very, very well, man, and New Orleans.
You hear that? I'm over here muting myself. You hear that? He said, I'm here, my senior advisor and boy. Let's hear that again. Maybe I'm bullshitting. Let's listen one more time.
Advisor and boy who knows my senior advisor and boy who knows Louisiana. My senior advisor and boy who knows Louisiana. My senior advisor and boy who knows Louisiana very, very well. My senior advisor and boy who knows Louisiana very, very well. My senior advisor and boy who knows Louisiana.
I didn't make that up. I didn't. No. Don't come around telling me, Dwan, you just nitpicking now. You just nitpicking. He didn't mean it. First of all, for you bootlicking niggas, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. Let me give you guys a definitive stream of thought that brings context as to why, in my opinion, in my educated opinion, he knew exactly what he was saying. He just had a Freudian slip. He didn't mean to say it on TV, but he had a Freudian slip because that's what he really meant. In the system of white supremacy, black people, black men are not seen as men. No matter what your education level, no matter your level of expertise, you're always seen as a boy. What's up, Lady Hotep? What's up, Star? What's up, Hood News? Hassan. Y'all niggas was killing me in Craig Facts chat room yesterday. Specifically, this nigga Hassan and Lady Hotep. Y'all had some funny shit in the chat room yesterday. Fuck y'all. I don't even look at the chat. I may look at the chat room 3 or 4 times a show on Craig Facts. I don't look at that chat room often at all because y'all be going in. I very rarely look at the chat room. But every time I looked up yesterday, I happened to see y'all. But going back as to why I'm saying Joe Biden knew what he was talking about. In the system of white supremacy, black men are not men. They're perpetual boys. That's why they're always having us do boy things. Who are the black men that are elevated in our society? The ones who play sports and the ones who act. No disrespect to actors. I know a whole bunch of them. No disrespect to athletes. I know a bunch of them too. But at the end of the day, acting, even comedy, I do comedy. Acting, sports, entertainment overall. As long as you're into that, as long as you're focused on that, as long as the people who are into the entertainment industries are seen as the leaders of your group, then you're going to always be led down a path of entertainment and not handling business. The business people of the society are your plumbers, your electricians, your business leaders, to an extent, your politicians, your city planners. Those are your real leaders. Your preachers are on the same levels as entertainers. That's why I say, even though I sit up here and talk, don't listen to me, goddammit. Don't let nobody that you listen to talk be your leader. You listen to people like me for information so you can figure out how you can use whatever bullshit information I gave you on how to lead your damn self. What's up, Melvin, in the chat room? You take whatever information people like us give you to lead yourself. I'm just a nigga that knows how to synthesize information and explain it well. After that, you take whatever I say and you lead yourself. But society keeps a focus on the entertainment field because it'll keep us as a society in perpetual childhood-like state. Needy Footer talks about that. Keeps you as perpetual children. That's why the most intense conversation, unfortunately, and this is changing, and I hope that it continues to change. But unfortunately, the most passionate conversation you're going to get when you're with a group of 5 black men is top 5 rappers, top 5 basketball players of all time, or your favorite basketball player of all time, favorite football team, and who won last Sunday. And that's really if you want to see black men, and we're the leaders of society, if you want to see us talk passionately about something, the majority, not all, especially not the people who are in this chat room, but I'm talking the 8 out of 10, that's going to be the subject. Some boy shit. And I like sports. Y'all know how much I love basketball. But if you understand life through a context, through its proper lens, you can keep sports on the side where it belongs and enjoy it while it's on, and then get back to handling your business. You dig what I'm saying? Because no matter how hard you work, there's going to be time that you fuck around. Let's not get it twisted. Everybody got fuck off time. Some people spend their fuck off time looking at porn. Some people spend their fuck off time looking at basketball. Some people spend their fuck off time gossiping with their friends about other people that they act like they like. Everybody fucks off, so let's not get it twisted. That's why I don't judge people on how they fuck off. Just because I fuck off this way and you fuck off that way, don't mean your fucking off is any worse than my fucking off. The only thing is, do you know how to put your fuck off time in a category and let that be fuck off time so you get back to work? If you can still get back to work and get back to the time of finding your passion and living your passion, and then still have time to fuck off, then you all good. You know what I mean? But the problem is when we spend too much time on that shit. And the major reason why we're like that is because we've been programmed that way. What do they say the leaders of black society is? Jay-Z, Michael Jordan. They're always pointing at somebody who can sing and dance. Who did Joe Biden speak to when he was running for office? He spoke to Cardi B, not Claude Anderson. So they elevate those guys. Those people are still seen as boys, but they're projected in front of us as leaders. So when you get a brother like Cedrick Richmond, who's a professional, yeah, he's a professional white ass kisser too, but that's another subject. He has to do what he has to do to keep his office, whatever. He's somebody that we all know is, if you, I said, go back and listen to Professor Black Truth's breakdown of him. He's not one that seems to be jumping over, obstacles to get into the B1 sector. But he's a well-dressed, smart, educated, well-spoken, highly respected man. He has to be good at what he does, because the only time black folks get promoted to any kind of position of executive leadership, they got to be damn good at what they do. But this is Cedrick Richmond. This is the person that Joe Biden called boy. No matter how, this is to you pull your pants up ass niggas. I'm specifically talking to you, well, if black folks just stop buying Jordans and pull their pants up, maybe we'd get some respect. Well, this is the man that the president of the United States on national TV called boy. This nigga. Does it get any more respectable looking than this cat right here? Let's go through some of Cedrick Richmond's profile. Let's look at who we call a boy. Let's look at his Wikipedia. Chairman of the Congressional Black Caucus. He member of public engagement for the Biden administration. He was for 10 years congressman for Louisiana's second district. Look at this. Look at this dude. Let's look at his stats over here. Member of the House of Louisiana House of Representatives, 101st District, January 2000 to 2011. Graduated from Morehouse College. He has everything you pull your pants up, niggas, say black people need to have to get some respect. Oh yeah, we talking about everything here. You know me, when I talk my shit, I like taking shots at everybody who off cold. Yeah. Look at these stats on the right side of the page over here. Look over here. He's been in political office now for 21 of his 47 years. They say go to college to get a degree to get some respect. This is the man that got called boy. Goes to show you, they don't give a fuck if you went to college. They don't care if you wear a suit. They don't care if you shave all your facial hair off. These niggas love shaving their facial hair. If you gonna say what white folks do, people, all politicians, they love that. I don't trust a nigga with no facial hair. Let's just start off by that. Let me just say that. Now, if you wanted to, some brothers can't grow facial hair. Okay, if you one of them dudes, that's one thing. But if you grow facial hair and you cut that shit off every day, I don't trust you. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. You look like a valet parker. Grow a mustache, nigga. Grow some chinny chin hair. But for all you niggas running around talking about what we need to do to get some respect, here you go. This brother Cedrick Richmond, if you were to draw what respectable Negro looks like, you would draw this nigga right here. A person like Cedrick Richmond especially offends a bigot like Joe Biden because of his success. Think about it. Joe Biden created all those drug laws. He done found all kind of trap doors to get niggas locked up in prison, to take our fathers out our home. He's helped flood up the ghettos of America with immigrants to displace black people from employment. Yet this man right here, through all that work Joe Biden been doing since 1977, mentored by Strom Thurmond. Yes, Joe Biden was. Let's never forget that. Mentored by Strom Thurmond. After all that, this nigga right here still seeps up through the cracks. And in order for me to look like a good Democrat, I gotta hire his black ass. Because I want to make it seem like I'm different than Donald Trump. Hell, so I'm speaking as Joe Biden. Shit, I'm more stomped down racist than Donald Trump. Donald Trump ain't got shit on me. I've been locking these niggas up for 45 years. They call him 45, but I've been locking niggas up for 45. That's how Joe Biden thinking. But since I need to, because of my political party, damn it, I should have just been a Republican so I could be truthful with my actions. But I chose to be a Democrat. So in order to look good, I got to hire one of these motherfuckers that came up through the cracks. Well, fuck it, I do it. He's still just a boy. I don't care what. I don't give a fuck how much education he got. I don't give a damn that he actually graduated college and I got passed through because I'm white. I don't give a damn if he has legitimate backing and a legitimate political career. He's still a nigger. So I'm going to call him a boy. Joe Biden thinking all that shit. Joe Biden on the set of that TV show, that show, I bet you when Joe Biden appointed him to his FEMA position, he was hoping no kind of natural disaster would happen. Hopefully nothing happens so I ain't got to talk about this nigga. Then when Joe Biden saw that hurricane coming, damn, not only is it a hurricane, it's in this old nigga's district. So I'm going to have to talk about him. God damn. That's what Joe Biden thinking. That's what Joe Biden thinking. I'm going to have to talk about this nigga. I appreciate you, BB, for the cash app. I'm going to have to talk about this nigga. God damn. All that's in Joe Biden's mind. Then he goes on there. See, it's a reason why they don't have Joe Biden talk often. Joe Biden is the thing that's held Joe Biden back. And don't look me up. Look this shit up. The thing that's held Joe Biden back politically for this long, because remember, he was running for president back when Clinton was running back in 92. That 92 was supposed to be Joe Biden's year. But he kept having these gaffes. Well, white folks call them gaffes. I'll call them Freudian slips. To where Joe Biden, through his whole political career, the thing that's held him back was him slipping up and saying the wrong thing at the right time. That's the one thing that held him back from being president back in 1992. Then again in 2000. Joe Biden was supposed to be the guy in 2000. But he would always say something stupid at the right time. But what he say, it wouldn't be like he was lying. Like them gaffes, he wasn't lying. He was saying exactly like when he was saying it, you'd be like, oh, that's exactly what this man thinks. His gaffe wouldn't be, man, we need to go here. The Martians are coming. The Martians are coming. No. Those weren't Joe Biden gaffes. No. Joe Biden would be the one that's caught with a hot mic saying, yeah, we need to lock all of them up. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. No. That was Joe Biden. Oh, no. You really said what you meant, man. You really said what you meant, homeboy. You said what you meant. Chicago Al, you ahead of me. I was about to transition to that. I already got that queued up. Chicago Al, I don't have the whole thing. I did a full broadcast on that. Remember when he talked? Remember when Joe Biden spoke to that room full of black folks? Remember when he did that? That leaked audio? I did a full broadcast on that. I think it was like December or January last year. I did a full broadcast breaking down that leaked audio. As soon as he got into the office, he went in talking real tough to them black folks. He was like, and you guys are going to have to work with the Hispanics. Joe Biden's an old school racist. Remember this? This is the article from Forbes. But I encourage you guys to go and listen to this audio in this article. I think I have it in my description box. Or go back to like last December on this very channel. You saw me break down this whole leaked audio. Because here on Forbes, they didn't get into the worst shit. I broke down a whole goddamn audio clip on that show. He was talking about how he's not going to violate the Constitution when it comes to getting stuff specifically for us. Then turned around 2 months later and gave stuff specifically to the Asians. He was telling them to get things straight, that he's done more for black folks than anyone else. Joe Biden was popping it. He was popping off. He was popping off. What did Michael Jackson say? All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. Go back and listen to that. I tell people all the time, look, man. People missed a whole ass opportunity. Go back and listen to Michael Jackson's History CD album, part 2, not part 1. I remember when that album came out, part 1 was all of his greatest hits. And that was before the internet when you could put your own playlist together. So we got so engulfed in part 1 because it put all his greatest hits in one. It was very rare we played part 2. Shit. Part 2 of that album, Michael Jackson was giving them the goods on how these motherfuckers really feel about us. And he was saying that from the point of view of someone who's been around America's wealthiest and most powerful, the world's wealthiest and most powerful. And he was coming back to report from on high, on top, what's really going on. Go back and listen to that album. I encourage you. It was 2 words that were bleeped out. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. Nigga. So remember this, black folks. This is who we have in office. Joe Biden. And for you Negro, and that's what, going back to you Negroes that think there's something that you can do to gain the approval of white people or white supremacists. Nothing. And one thing we got to get out of our head as black folks is the need of approval from white people or anybody non-black or anybody outside of yourself. Approval starts from within. You must start with approving yourself as an individual. You must know that you as an individual, you're worthy. You must know that you have all within you that you will ever need. Everything you have is already inside of you. You must validate yourself first. Through self-validation, others then validate you. You know why? Because people treat you and look at you the way you tell them to. If you don't approve of yourself, others will never approve of you. How can somebody approve of something that you don't even like? You in your skin 24/7 and you hate it. And you hate yourself. People can pick up on that energy, man. People pick up on that. This goes to you LGBTQ motherfuckers too. You must accept me. No, nigga, accept yourself. They got a whole campaign running around trying to tell everybody else to accept people. You can't, that's humanly impossible. You can't respect what don't respect itself. If somebody come walking in looking like a tramp, like my dad used to always say, don't walk around looking like a tramp. And when my dad said that, he meant, nigga, don't be having your pockets hanging out your pants and half your shirt tucked in, the other half untucked. Shoes run over. You walking slouched over. You looking dirty. You walk around looking dirty, being dirty. People are going to treat you like dirt. And I ain't necessarily saying wear a suit, because I don't wear no goddamn suits. You ain't going to see me with no fucking necktie on. I ain't got no neck. Plus, I don't want a necktie represents a dick. I don't want no dick hanging down from my neck. I'm never going to dress like, I know how to clean up. For sure. So I ain't saying you got to have the newest clothes. Just however you dress, just be clean. That's all. Smell good. Don't walk around smelling like a nutsack, demanding respect. Nobody on earth is made to respect, must. Clean up. Respect yourself. People know how much you respect yourself based on how you talk. The things you talk about. When you respect yourself, you're not looking for external respect and validation. A self-respecting person can hear somebody like Joe Biden call black people boy and be like, look at this motherfucker right here. Ain't nobody with self-respect offended at Joe Biden. Man, like, we already knew he wasn't shit. Fuck him. Fuck him. It's the ones that don't respect themselves. How could he say that? Oh my God, I'm black. Oh no, God, we're in 2021 and they're still treating us like this. Oh my God, we're in 2021 and white people still don't like us. Gosh. Man, shut up, bitch. Oh, God damn, I can't stand when niggas talk like that. God. I don't need nobody's validation. Validate yourself. Once you validate and approve of yourself, you approve of your people, your group. The ones you were forced to be around in the ghetto. Love them. Appreciate them. Learn the history of yourself and your group and your culture and your family lineage. Once you got that, it don't matter what these motherfuckers say or think. and kiss your black ass. They can kiss your ass. And look, there are some people who are in politics. I'm not going to say their names. I fucks with a few politicians. And they fucks with me. But the shit I be saying, they not going to get that funding if they associated with me. And I get it. But I do know some self-respecting brothers that are in the local Democratic Party that do have knowledge of self. And that knowledge of self gets them through having to deal with the political bullshit. Look, I'm not against black people putting on a suit and playing the game like Booker T. Washington did. I'm not against that at all. Everybody doing this shit ain't cooning. Most are. The overwhelming majority are. But all of them ain't. But yeah, man, that's what we talking about here today. Joe Biden calling black man boy. That's how people that think like Joe Biden talk when we're not around and when the cameras are off. And this is why they don't hardly ever have his ass around. Because he does this shit too much. That's why Joe Biden goes long periods of time without addressing the nation. Shit, I was talking to my wife about this last night. Contrast that with the last motherfucking office. And again, I ain't no Trump supporter. I was the one calling out Trump. I never liked Donald Trump. I remember he used to, when the show The Apprentice that first came out, black people would be having the best goddamn ideas. They could never win. I remember them lawsuits. Every 8 or 9 years or so, it'd be a new lawsuit in the paper. Donald Trump is settling from discriminatory practices with his apartment buildings. I didn't like Donald Trump long before he became president. But I tell you this, at least the motherfucker talked at least you knew where Donald Trump was when he was president. He tweeted every day. And I miss waking up and seeing them tweets. Oh my God, those Trump Twitter years was hilarious. What was that Stormy Daniels chick? First of all, you the president. Why are you getting sued while you the president by some bitch named Stormy Daniels? And then when he won the lawsuit, he went on Twitter, was like, yeah, horse-faced Stormy Daniels. He kept calling her horse face. That shit was funny. And what made it funnier was like, hold on. This nigga's the president. See, what I liked about Trump was this. Trump behaved exactly how this nation always behaved. Trump's behavior was this nation's actions all the time. Donald Trump, the United States is Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is the United States. Now they would always have a president put a smooth look on it. The president was always the one that would come out and speak and soften the blow. But pompous? Ain't nothing more pompous than going to another country saying, okay, yeah, Iraq, you can't fly over your own country. This is a no-fly zone. That's some pompous shit right there, boy. That's this nation behaving how Trump always acted. This nation's been wealthy right in front of our black ass faces, and then be like, you niggas go living in projects. Yeah, we got enough money. Yeah, the jobs that you work hard, you work 40, 50 hours a week, but we only gonna pay your black ass enough to stay over there in the ghetto. This nation has always been pompous. This is a nation of jerks. Starting wars with other countries that ain't did shit to you. Countries minding their own goddamn business. Then here we come. Dropping bombs and shit. This motherfucker Trump behaved how this country's always behaved. They just would always have a president put a smooth face to it. That's why I didn't mind Trump. I'm looking at people like, why y'all so mad? Yeah, this is how this country's always acted. Why are you mad now? Why are you mad now? This is how this country's always acted towards us. You mad that he's just putting it out there? That's right, Walter. I miss the good old days. Mean tweets, cheap gas, and affordable food. Yeah. Get them likes up. 238 in here, 185 likes. And share the video, please. We talking about that real shit. At least Trump let you know who he was. Can you imagine if Trump called a black executive advisor boy? Joy Ann Reid, D.L. Coon Hewley. All these dickheads would be over there. Oh, I can't believe the sitting president called this professional black man wearing a suit a boy. It shows how far we've regressed since this man's been president. We need to get him out of here. Trump is bad for America. Biden calls a black professional man boy. And the only person speaking up for him is the Hotep niggas. This nigga D.L. Hewley somewhere picking cotton. This nigga comments somewhere saying, okay now, Miss Millie. It's okay now, Miss Millie. It's okay, Miss Millie. Miss Millie, it's okay now. Where are these niggas at? The president called a black professional Morehouse graduate, 21-year-long politician a boy. Where are you blue check niggas at, Questlove? Where y'all at? These niggas is quiet and picking the cotton. Where's Tamika Mallory? Where are all these Negroes that so-called speak for us? Where's Al Sharpton in his shag? Al Sharpton, go comb your shag and call out the president for calling this black professional man a boy. Where you at? This nigga Al Sharpton looking like Foghorn Leghorn. I'll see. Where you at? Al Sharpton, the first nigga to lose 200 pounds and look unhealthier. How you look more healthy when you was 200 pounds bigger? And cut that shag off your head, nigga. Where's Toronto Nose Burke? Where's Jay-Z? All these niggas that had something to say. Where are all these Black Lives Matter ass niggas? Y'all some look, I don't respect y'all. Let me just say that shit flat out. You stomp down blue check just because massa say do it ass niggas. I do not respect you. I don't give a fuck how much money you have. I don't care how much clout you have. I don't care if I like your music. Shit. If Common comes back to the Hollywood Bowl next summer, I'm a buy a ticket like I did 2 summers ago. I didn't like his ass when he was at the Hollywood Bowl in 2019. But when the people came on, shit, I stood up by my box seat and was grooving. That's my shit. This is street man. Man, they had Queen Latifah and she be on that Democratic shit. They had Queen Latifah and Common at the Hollywood Bowl a couple years ago. I don't like neither of them niggas' politics, but I was grooving. But your music sucks now, Common, because you on that bullshit and you know it. How do you go from Pop's rap to this? How do you go from let's take whole steps to Hotep to this shit, Common? We need brothers like Common to call out Joe Biden on his bullshit. Joe Biden is not infallible because he's wearing a blue Democrat shield. That's the problem with these political Negroes. They white masters are infallible. We're going to big up everything they do well, but when they fuck up, we just going to go back to picking the cotton. Where are these niggas at? The only niggas speaking up, and this is for you, Cedrick Richmond, all that boule shit you on. Who's speaking up for you, my brother? Where are your peers to validate your worthiness? You're worthy for your position. Say what you want about Cedrick Richmond's tap dancing. You can say what you want about his tap dancing, and I sure have, and I will continue to say what I want about his tap dancing. But one thing you cannot talk about is his qualifications. This man's qualified for the job. This man is qualified for the job. But it goes to show you, black people, and especially you, all we need to do is pull our pants up ass niggas. Love yourself. Validate yourself. We don't need their validation. We need our love. The best thing you can do as a black man is to love another black man and love another black woman and love a black child. Unconditionally. Even when they fuck up. Love them from a distance now. You hood rat motherfuckers don't come around me. I love y'all, but I say far away from hood rats. Because I understand how that hood rat shit got embedded in you and got put in you and got passed down generation by generation because the well was poisoned a few generations back. I understand it. That's why I still love you. But stay the fuck away from me, you hood rat motherfuckers, please. I don't do all that smacking your gum. I don't do heels longer than your sandals. I don't do that. I don't hang around chicks that got more color in their hair than George Clinton. And talking loud. Stay the fuck away from me. I still love you. Love black people the way you want love from white people. And if we do that to ourselves, for ourselves, Man, we be good. I think I'm going to go ahead and open up the phone line. I haven't opened up the phone line in a while. I haven't opened up the phone lines in a while. I'm going to open up the phone lines for y'all to call in. Say what you got to say. 323-744-7425. What's up, Eduardo? What's up, Gary James? Yeah, where Van Jones at? Where Roland Martin at? Shouldn't you be calling him out? Zesty Roland Martin? Roland Martin, shouldn't you be... Joe Biden. You can't be calling that black man that. Where you at? I love being fat until I look at Roland Martin. Roland Martin making us fat niggas look bad. Roland Martin makes us fat niggas look bad. Hell yeah, you gotta respect an honest racist. I respect the honest racist. I don't like them, but I respect them. Now keep your hick ass on over there, but I respect him at least. Yeah. Rotisserie Martin. Oh, I talked about D.L. Hewley already. D.L. Hewley done blocked me on all social media. Y'all be tagging me when D.L. Hewley be bullshitting on his Twitter. Y'all be tagging me, but because y'all know I call him out. But he blocked me. He like, man, every time I say some bullshit, here come this big nigga, and I can't get him with jokes because I haven't written a joke for myself in 30 years, so I can't get him with that. Had that nigga D.L. Hewley frustrated. Yeah. Oh, Rolly blocked you, Star? See, I know Rolly would block me. I used to talk to Rolly way back in the day on there. I stopped going hard at Rolly because I know he'll block me. I don't really want to be blocked by a lot of these people because I want to be able to see what they saying so I can report back to y'all about what these niggas are doing. So I still got the other, I got the little burner accounts. Well, my burner accounts, I don't ever tweet anything from those accounts. I just still I follow the motherfuckers who blocked me from me talking shit. But I'll be forgetting I have burner accounts and not go on them hoes for like 5 months. Like I haven't been on one of my burner accounts for like 5 or 6 months. I'm just now thinking about that shit. Because I like to be able to still read what people are saying. I'm not blocked by that many people on Twitter. Salute, Gary James. Salute to you too, my brother. I guess none of you niggas want to call in. That's cool with me too, shit. What y'all talking about in the chat room? What else is going on in major news? What else is going on? Now, the comic view jokes were his. The comic view jokes were his. But after that, niggas get writers. And you can tell, this nigga D.L. Hewley tried to hit me with a fat joke. I clowned the fuck out of him. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, my name is Delano. I'm calling from Niagara Falls again.
Oh, what's up, Delano L. from Niagara Falls up there where they hear all that? I hear, that's what that background noise is. It's that goddamn waterfall making all that shit. God damn.
I had to turn down the speaker, sir.
It's all good. It's all good. What's on your mind?
Okay, so I'm looking at Biden calling the black man the boy, and I'm noticing politically Like, it just seems like we're getting encroached from all angles, politically, musically, Hollywood, the Whoopty Wamps, and all those narratives. When you look at the action of it, it seems to be encroaching on black people, specifically black men. And it gets me to thinking, like, okay, if they're encroaching, where is the line? Where is the line where I'm going to have to flip the switch over to, like, we know we're in a war now, but to a more direct state of war? And I'm thinking about that lately, and I was just like, hey, let me see what Dwan might say about that.
That's a good question, brother. My thing is this. Yes, we are being encroached on all ends. They're even fucking with our children now, education-wise. You know what I mean? Well, they've always fucked with them, but they're making it more direct now.
Yep, LGBT with the kids as well.
Yeah. So it's coming in at all angles. They're over here taking infants. You saw that happen in Florida from parents. So yeah, but here's the silver lining around that. We're not being given an out. And when you're not being given an out, it forces us to confront these things directly. Look at this. Warfare is more than picking up a gun and shooting somebody. That's generally the last resort of all warfare. Even America, even this wretched, degenerate country, even they use the gun for the most part as a last resort.
Yes, sir.
What is more effective is what we were always talking about, getting on code with one another. What I see happening is this. As they're encroaching on all ends, see, some people can see when they're only encroaching on the police shooting a black person, the coons can just say, oh, he must have done something. You know what I mean?
Right. Yes.
But when you see stuff like them doing that, stuff like Joe Biden calling a man with a college degree and 21 years of professional political experience a boy, this is hitting all the areas. What it does is it stops people from lying to themselves, and it forces people to get on code with others who look like them. That's what it's doing. And another thing that it's doing, as far as where is your personal line, you got to start with, you got to decide that for yourself. No one else can decide for you. Right. Me personally, I was at this point a few years ago. My personal line was, okay, I had been knowing in my mind a long time, I have to find a way to make money independent of the system. I got to find a way to bring in money without having to have a job. Using my skills that I have, but being able to use these skills and get money in a way other than a 9-to-5 job. Because the way I talk, the way I act, these jobs, I saw the writing on the wall. They're trying to corral behavior. You said that on Twitter. You can't work here no more. So before the coronavirus was a conception in my mind, back in 2012, 2013, I knew back then these jobs want more and more and more of your personal privacy to belong to them. So I'm going to have to spend more time figuring out how am I going to get an income and make money independent of having a job. And that was my line. I needed my personal freedom. And I started making the moves to make the personal freedom. Now, when the coronavirus hit, I was already in place. Now, my businesses weren't making the money that I wanted to at the time. But when the virus hit, it gave me the time to where I could dedicate more time and energy to my businesses to bring the money in that I need. You see what I'm saying? My personal line was I have to separate my income and separate my source from them. And that way I can operate still in the system, but sort of outside the system. You dig what I'm saying? Some people might be able to tolerate what they're doing on the job. Their line may be, I don't like what's going on with the school situation or kids or whatever. You have to decide that line for yourself. And when you decide that line for yourself, you got to wake up and take action and spend every day moving towards your goal until the goal is done. It don't matter if it's going to take 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. Just spend every day inching towards that goal until it's done. And then when you reach that goal, you'll set a new one.
that's a slower, less direct version of warfare that I agree that we should be on, like if we're in a state mode. But it seems like the way that it's going down now, it's like a public punking, which leads me to like, it's like with all these things, all these encroachments from all angles, it's like every day the bully steps in the yard in front of everyone and say, knock this off my no, he knocks the stick off of everybody's shoulder in the yard and be like, what? It seems like the increasing of the boldness makes me wonder on a faster, like a more direct, harder approach of warfare. See, is where I was actually coming from.
That harder approach of warfare is something that's understood, but that should never be discussed online.
Absolutely. I respect. I follow you. I follow you.
All right, brother?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You have a good one today, man.
Thank you for accepting the call. Have a good day, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah, when it comes down to it, you got to decide the line for yourself. That's why United Needy Fuller calls it the United Independent Compensatory Concept Mode. You got to draw your own lines. What are you willing to take? And whatever line you draw, be true to it. Warfare happens on all levels. So on whatever level you're on, there's a war to be fought. And that's another thing. Just because you're fighting the war on your level, don't feel guilty that you're not out there in the streets. Let me tell you something. You ain't never gonna see me at no goddamn protest. Never have, never will. You never gonna see me march. Nope. When they were marching down Crenshaw after Trayvon Martin, and they marched down Crenshaw to the 10 freeway, and they was all standing in solidarity, I was at home drinking a bottle of wine, looking at the TV like, I'm with you, brothers and sisters. Go ahead. But I ain't about to taste no motherfucking tear gas. How am I going to go out and taste tear gas when my part in fighting this war is working with the children? At the time, I was still on my job. Tomorrow, that happened on a Sunday when they did that march. On Monday, I used to see in my last job, I had 15 clients. I would usually see 9 clients a week. I would very rarely see all 15 because that was just too much. But I'll be on steady rotation of 9 to 11 clients a week. Just 3 on Tuesday, 3 on Wednesday, 3 on Thursday. Monday, I did my progress notes, my paperwork. What good am I to those children who see these marches going on TV? I know they're going to ask questions. The children know that their teacher ain't going to give them a straight answer. The children know their mama don't give a fuck and don't really talk to them. So the children that I work with knew that I was basically the only person that was going to give them a sensible answer on anything. What good am I going to be if I can't talk for a week because I've got tear gas and got my ass whooped by a cop? Now I'm off the front lines of my aspect of fighting this war against the black mind. What did The Rock say? Know your role, shut your mouth. Remember that song? Remember The Rock's intro music on wrestling? The Rock said, know your role and shut your mouth. The Rock was right. Know your role. Now they're getting out there and marching next to white folks is your thing, then go ahead and do it. I ain't gonna do it. Oh, that person I answered, they hung up. Yeah, different aspect, different phases. We all know people that went that went to the military. But everybody you know that went to the military Not all of them went and grabbed a gun and fought. Some of your friends that went to the military, them niggas was on ironing duty. Them niggas was working in the kitchen. Every time I go to hear the answer, that shit hang up. Call back. Everybody, look, when the Afghanistan war was going on, 2/3 of the niggas you know was in the kitchen, nigga, not with a gun. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's up, brother? This is Joseph calling from Los Angeles.
What's up, Joseph?
Hey, man, just to piggyback on what you said about marching and protest. I'm only 32 years old, so, you know, marching and protesting is just a different perspective than what it was back in the 60s and even the 50s and the 40s. You know, back at that time, you had to march. You had no choice but to march because of just the social structure and the circumstances that you were put under. In this day and age, with the technology and the weaponry and all of the other aspects of warfare that the police have, there's no way in hell that I personally am marching. So there's other ways that we can at least get our point across. One of the ways is actually, you know, going to your district attorney and voting his ass out, or the sheriff, the judge. You know, there's other ways that we can compete with the powers that be outside of getting the shit beat out of you by a bunch of cops. Like case in point, I remember, like when you said when Trayvon Martin got murdered, rest in peace to Trayvon, but I also remember a bunch of lawless little fucking kids just running around in the mall at Baldwin Hills, tearing shit up in their own communities and jumping on cars and shit and doing all that other unnecessary shit. And, you know, where did that lead us? It didn't lead us anywhere. That march, or whatever you want to call it, protest, didn't do a damn thing but expose those people for just being belligerent, ignorant, and stupid. Okay? So there's other ways that we can get our point across, you know, and I'm just piggybacking off what you said about just marching in general. You know, people, black people, us, we have got to get involved in researching who we put in office. And that goes down to the mayor, the district attorney, specifically the judges and the district attorneys and the prosecutors, the career prosecutors. For example, like a woman like Jackie Lacey. Jackie Lacey was a district attorney for California for, I think, about 6 years. And out of those 6 years, there have been at least 13 police shootings that she did not convict. Okay? So there's just underlining ways.
You're 100% right, man. And she looked like Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, low key. You know,
these people don't be, you right. You hit on a key point. You got to look at who you're electing.
Yes.
It's not just about putting the next black person in office. We gotta be smarter than that shit.
Of course. And plus, think about it. She was a black woman. She went to Dorsey High School. She grew up in Los Angeles. So you would think that this woman that grew up in the greater city of LA, that lived through the riots, lived through the Rodney King riots, that saw it firsthand, you would think that she would have the audacity to do something about the LAPD, or do something about the animosity between blacks and the LAPD. But no, that wasn't the case. I can name at least 13 shootings that we knew for a fact that these cops were guilty, but there was no conviction. Okay? So instead of writing a sign and saying, hell no, we won't go. No, that does not work. It does not work anymore. It's propaganda. It's entertainment. That's all it is. So we have to do other ways, and that is by grassroots protests, and that is by showing up to that district attorney's office, showing up to that judge's office, writing those letters, getting people involved in what is taking place in your community. Who's your city councilman? Who's your police chief? Why haven't you spoke to them? I mean, for example, with the recall that's taking place right now, a lot of people feel, you know, you can feel any kind of way that you want to feel about Larry Elder, but, you know, the point is that he's logical. He's saying things that are at least that are making sense in regards to the constituents, and he's speaking directly to the constituents. If he gets elected and get in office, you know, and, you know, you have to hold these people accountable. And it's with everybody else. You win some and you lose some. But protesting
That shit's
does not work.
done.
It's not working. So
Yes,
why
sir.
the hell would you want to go up against a guy that has tear gas, a shotgun, a knife, a shield, and body proof? I'm talking about sophisticated body bulletproof. Like,
And bigger than that,
you don't understand how sophisticated the LAPD is.
and
you
bigger
know?
than that, he got the law on his side, man. But thank you, Carl. I'm gonna address what you just said.
All right, go ahead.
I appreciate that.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah, no, Carla's right. And another way to, along with what he's saying, by talking and showing up to your local DA, this whole pull-up summer thing's been very effective. I don't know if y'all noticed that. When black folks started pulling up to the houses of these murderers and district attorneys and shit, people started getting charged. You did. Now, I'm not necessarily against that kind of showing up with signs. Just leave the music home and leave the dancing at home. Leave that shit at home. But other than that, salute to you brothers and sisters that's been pulling up in front of these people's houses. Yes, sir. Yeah, Larry Elder is dangerous. No, I hear what he's saying, though. He was saying that Larry Elder is speaking what the people who are frustrated at Newsom want to hear. It's really what he's saying. And he is. Larry Elder ain't shit. I don't want him as our governor. Hell no. I think he'll be worse than Schwarzenegger. Because the California Republicans are very dangerous. See, at least you Southern Republicans, at least y'all Republicans give y'all liberal gun laws. You know what I mean? At least y'all gonna get some gun laws in exchange for being under Republican. Y'all gonna get a little bit of deregulation in exchange, which brings more jobs. At least y'all get certain bullshit like that in exchange. The California Republicans, these motherfuckers take all the money out of all of the social programs, and we don't get no liberal gun laws in exchange. We don't get, at least the rest of the Republicans, you get certain shit. Like the other Republicans, they kind of leave your privacy. They ain't gonna be doing shit to all invade your privacy like a lot of these liberals are. At least you get something down south for y'all Republicans. These California Republicans want to be Democrats when it comes to freedoms, and Republicans when it comes to the money. And like I told y'all before about Larry, I think I might do a broadcast on Larry Elder. I grew up listening to Larry Elder. My mama played Larry Elder all through middle school. He'd be on this when that talk radio shit was new. You bring up Larry Elder's name around my mom now, she'll cuss you out. Miss Brown don't even cuss. She can't stand that motherfucker. But she used to listen to him basically around, he would say a lot of things about education back in the day when I was in middle school that my mom needed to hear. He would say some good things about education. And my mom would listen for that. But then when he would get into politics, we'd be like, oh, here he go. And I would listen to this man talk. And anytime somebody had something good to say, he'd overtalk them and then hang up on them. But then the minute it was some dumb idiot talking, he'd go to work on their ass. I've heard firsthand for years the vitriol Larry Elder has towards black people. I remember the shit he would say about OJ during the OJ trial. I remember listening to Larry Elder every day during that OJ trial. My God. And all he did was shit on black people. God damn, I can't stand Larry Elder. Delano, you say you worked with Acorn? Fuck that. Oh, y'all remember that episode of the D.L. Hughley show when he had Larry Elder on? I remember thinking like, I remember that episode thinking like, D.L., why would you even give this motherfucker a voice? That whole episode, basically, they tried to make it seem like, the moral of that story was, black people who are more extreme, more anti-establishment need to listen to what people like Larry Elder have to say. I remember that was the episode that I stopped watching the D.L. Hughley show back in the day. I used to watch that show, and that episode he had on with Larry Elder, I was like, man, fuck this show. And I stopped watching it after that. What else y'all talking about in the chat room? What else you niggas talking about? I'll take this last call. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Dwan. This is Rodney. I'm calling from Birmingham.
Rodney from Birmingham. What's up?
Yeah. I wanted to know if you could touch on. I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw on Brother Reese's Instagram. He made a post about there's a bill they're trying to get passed out in California. Something about mandatory vaccinations or something like that. I was wondering if you can expound on that because I haven't heard anyone mention it besides what I saw on his Instagram.
Nah, brother, I can't because I don't know about it. I don't really talk on what I know. I would have to go and read up on it first. But California is always one of the first state to pass mandatory vaccines to people, mandatory medicine shit to us. And California is also one of those states that don't allow religious exemptions. To me, it's just California. I haven't heard of this one, but just from what I heard, it just sounds like California doing what California does.
Oh, okay. All right. Thanks, brother.
All right, brother.
All right.
Yes, people. I will not mislead you and talk to you confidently about something I don't know. I'm only going to talk to y'all about what I've read and halfway understand, or at least try to get a real good understanding of something before I bring it to y'all. If I don't know something, I'm going to tell y'all I don't know because I don't want to be misleading nobody. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Dwan, how you doing? This is Sylvester. I'm calling from North Carolina.
All right, Sylvester. What's on your mind?
Hey, nothing much, man. You had me rolling when you was talking about jokers that get deployed and they're in the Army or they're in the military and they iron their clothes. Hey, man. Hey, bro, I ain't going to say we because I'm retired. They don't iron clothes no more, but I know where you're going with that. But to your greater point, though, I was conversing with somebody about that because they asked me how I felt about the whole Afghanistan thing, and I told them how it's contrived and, the Taliban and, the whole projection that y'all was kind of talking about yesterday, which was a real dope conversation on Craig Facts.
Very
interesting. Yeah, that introspection y'all have and the way y'all dove deep into that, I hadn't seen brothers do that, and I really appreciated that. That was from my background, and when I think your partner Dozy, he brought up a good point that I don't know if everybody listening caught. And he was, because somebody asked him if that stuff is discussed when you're down on the ground. And he was like, nah, and y'all kind of went away from it. But I can tell you from 28 years of experience and being at the senior level, no, not for an enlisted man or woman. No, not for enlisted men and women unless you're doing your own research. That's outline for officers to do when they go through their schooling. And now they're starting to bring it in for enlisted men and women when they go through the higher levels of schooling that I went through. But no, man, they ain't talked about. And it goes back to the earlier point when you was talking about that, somebody driving a truck, they are cooking food or, planning out logistics or whatever the case may be, or even pumping gas, literally.
Yeah.
So, no, it doesn't get to that level. But that is, the same reason why most are recruited early. Because if you recruited late, you're going to be to live life and you're not going to listen to a 20-year-old 22-year-old snot-nosed lieutenant coming out of college, and you coming off the block. So I just wanted to bring up that point, and I appreciate everything you're doing, bro.
That's an interesting perspective, brother. I appreciate you for giving us that.
Yeah, bro. Anytime.
All right, thank you.
Peace.
Peace. Yeah, yesterday on Craig Facts, we were talking about the Afghani war and how the United States pulling out. And I was like, yeah, they United States lost this one. Lost it bad, too. The whole point of that war was to, originally, they told us, quote unquote, what they said was to eradicate the Taliban. It was a targeted strikes. 20 years later, the Taliban running that shit. Are there things going on behind the scenes? Of course. There's always some behind the scenes shit going on. Do I know what that is? I don't know. The United States don't have the monopoly it once had on the world. The behind the scenes game could be between the Taliban and China. You know, it could be between the Taliban and Russia. I don't know. It could be between I don't know. One thing I do know, the United States don't have long-term dominance over the natural resources of Afghanistan the way they do over Africa, which is what they wanted in the first place. They ain't got that. That's what we do know. Yeah, you're right, Guru Cam. U.S. government always pointing the fingers at somebody else. Always. Of course, some Republicans are going to talk about reinvading Afghanistan. Why people don't like taking losses? But they ain't going to happen. What else y'all talking about in the chat room? What else y'all talking about in the chat room? You're right, the government is always pointing fingers. Y'all need to go ahead and subscribe to my Incense and Ashtray show on Mixcloud. And get my favorite t-shirts, my new favorite t-shirts. Rebels for the Cause. This shirt is dope, yo. This shirt is dope, yo. Get yours. Let's see. You're right, they gave the U.S. an ultimatum, yep. Somebody said, check my DMs. Which DMs? Which app? Instagram? My Instagram ain't working right now. The fuck? But yeah, subscribe to my Mixcloud. That so y'all can get some of my music talk. I think my next show, I think I'm going to do one. I'm going to do another Mixcloud probably Thursday evening. If I don't go out to if I don't go out to the comedy club, I'll probably do my next Mixcloud music breakdown sometime Thursday evening. I'll probably definitely do it. Yeah, probably Thursday. And then I'm going to start doing Mixcloud breakdowns of different producers and their music. We're going to talk about Norman Whitfield, his work at Motown with the Temptations and the Four Tops. And then through his work with Rolls Royce, I'm going to have another show that's focused exclusively on Maurice White, his work with Earth, and Fire and Denise Williams and the Emotions. I'll eventually do a show exclusively on Mr. Carmichael and his work with Lionel Richie and the Commodores and Atlantic Star and Eddie Kendricks. Because really, we all know the names of the artists that are out front, but in the music, it's really the producers that make these songs hits. It's really the producers. And especially when you're talking about R&B, funk, hip, like R&B, soul music, it's those elaborate arrangements, Gamblin' Huff, Holland Dozier Holland, Ashford and Simpson. We're going to have shows dedicated to these producers, arrangers, and writers Paul Reiser and their music. And it's going to be all the music that you already know and heard and love, but you're going to hear it from a different perspective. That's coming too on the Mixcloud account. Star is pointing, she posted the link in the chat room. And the link is also in the description box. I'm about to get up out of here. Remember this. There are no perfect messengers. Only perfect messages. For those who are willing to pick up the game. My name is Dwan B. We out.